Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all fandoms, welcome to the Ferret and Raccoon podcast, episode 97. I'm Ferret.
And I'm the Angry Raccoon. And we are back. Three left before we get to podcast 100.
Oh, the big 100.
The big one. And yeah, the planning is happening. It's going to happen definitely before the end of the year, obviously, very, very soon. And Ferret, it's good to have you back on the podcast.
Thank you very much, and it's good to be back. There's been a lot of obstacles recently, so I'm glad I've overcome them, and I've returned.
You've become a better person.
I've become a better person. I've grown, yes.
Real character development has
intellectually and intellectually.
Yeah. Off to a great start already. I'm not sure about that statement there.
No, not that one.
But yeah, it's good to have you back once again on this somewhat warm day, as it's kind of picking up in heat again.
A very lovely day, yeah.
Very nice, especially the day we're recording, and we've got quite the jam-filled podcast. It was a really, really eventful last couple of weeks from the previous podcast, which for those you listen, I was with the boy at Recess, back for another podcast, and we had a lot of fun on that one as well. But yeah, lots of things happened over the course of literally 2 weeks. But I guess we'll ask, what have you been up to over the last few weeks or so?
What I've been doing is I've been filling out my projects. I've been working on them really hard, so I don't want to reveal too much. I'm just going to keep it brief, very brief, and just leave that open in there. It's coming along very nicely, and I hope to begin revealing all the content that I've been up to for about a few weeks now. Months. Yeah, that's a bit of...
You got to plan that stuff. You really got to make sure you plan it, then go over again, double check it, just to make sure. I mean, even if it doesn't work out, you'll learn something from that experience.
You always learn.
As it says, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Exactly. That's the point.
But that's good to hear. Any other things you want to throw in there, like films, TV series, games, general stuff like that?
I've watched Master and Commander, starring Russell Crowe. Yeah, it was a 2003 movie based on the novel Master and Commander, and it's about naval warfare. Very good. It's probably the most historically accurate film I've ever watched. Everything is perfect in that. It's set in the Napoleonic era, and it's absolutely incredible. And I urge everyone who loves history, go watch it. Just go watch it.
I mean, if you're a big fan of history, you should really. You should even if those films aren't as historically accurate, you should still watch them, especially films like Amadeus. If you watch Amadeus is great.
That's good.
No, Amadeus is great.
Sadly, the one film that they put all their heart and soul into, and all this effort went into it, it didn't even make too much money. It's technically a failure because it only earned a little bit over its budget, so basically it didn't make too much money.
It's always a shame when that happens, and then you see trash just get so much money.
Emoji Movie. It comes to mind.
Emoji Movie did well. It didn't do that well.
Or Trolls.
Trolls did okay.
The Trolls did okay, yeah.
It did okay, but me saying okay is like a budget of 200 million made about 600 million. That's still
600.
Okay. I would imagine they were probably expecting more, given how much profit they made off just the licensed songs and stuff like that, and the merchandise.
Sadly, yeah.
Which is a shame. They're doing a Troll 2, which is annoying.
Oh my god.
The one thing I will say about that Troll film, just to go on a tangent, is it's a very nice looking film.
I remember you saying that before, yeah.
It's very colourful. Very colourful, and I appreciate films like that. But yeah...
Put the effort.
I guess.
In some aspects.
In some aspects. There's always effort put into stuff like that. But yeah, that's good to hear. Any other stuff you want to mention?
No, not really. I think I'm going to throw it over to you.
Fair enough.
Thus far.
Yeah, I haven't done much. My current jobs has kind of been... They've been a bit, unfocused. Not really unfocused, I would guess. They haven't been structurally sound. Things that constantly keep changing and stuff
schedule
like that.
And
scheduling stuff, but not in a really, really bad way. Things just haven't worked out, and it's been a little tricky to get back into the swing of keeping things organised within my life, as I am planning on a couple other projects myself as well that should hopefully be dropping this year and into the next year, but they're kind of on track. I'm not going to make promises given that time is of an issue, but those projects I've been working on so many projects that span from projects that are based within, let's say, YouTube, and projects based in career-wise and other things. They're all kind of in different places, and kind of just mainly been working on those and really been enjoying kind of that craft, if so to speak. The only things I really did kind of give a watch, I can't really say because they are related to project-based stuff.
Oh yeah, that's tricky.
Ferret knows, and I'm not going to spoil them.
I know, and I'm not going to drop any. I'm not going to be a snitch. I'm not grass. I'm not grass, mate.
Not a snake in the grass. No.
Don't check the description. Edit it quickly. No, drop a little rogue comment. Yeah, I got insider knowledge.
As if anyone cares, to be honest. But like, I finished watching Lupin the Third Part 4.
Lupin the Third.
Lupin the Third.
Oh, Lupin the Third.
Yeah, Lupin the Third Part 4, or the 2015 series. Really enjoyed it. I really liked the way it went. I briefly spoke about it on the previous podcast, but I was really pleased with this series. They did a really good job with it, and I'm looking forward to starting Part 5, which is the 2018 series. I also started watching Steins Gate.
Oh yeah,
which is based on a light novel video game, and I'm just gonna be honest and out there, and I'm probably gonna get some dislike. I don't really care.
I really don't either. I don't get the hype around it, you know?
I'm struggling.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
I'm struggling, and I'm kind of just like, yeah, this is interesting, but I'm like, and I look at the 25 episodes, and I'm like, not to be rude, I'm like, 25 episodes of this?
Yeah. It's stretched out, isn't it?
The first episode was very predictable, and where a lot of the characters are going is kind of like, yep, I know. Like, particularly one character where I'm like, yeah, the way you act, I can already kind of tell that you're not what you act to be.
I know exactly.
And I'm kind of like, that's no, without spoiling anything, it's like, no one who acts like that is actually that.
Exactly.
Very obvious. And I kind of was reminded a lot of the Monogatari series, and how much superior that is. So I would say, just if you've never watched the Steins Gate series, just watch the Monogatari series, because it's far more interesting and the characters are far more likable, and there's lots more intrigue and interest to that. So, a bit disappointing, but hey, that's less to watch and I guess waste my time on.
And that's a moral learn, a lesson learned. Don't buy into the hype.
I heard it was good, and I guess the interest was there. I mean, I like stories about time travel and stuff. If it even is a time travel story, I'm not even sure. I haven't got that far, but
it is. Yeah,
I'm always. But it was kind of like a vanilla time story.
Yeah.
There's a time story that I'm looking at right now, which if I told you, you would go, "That's a time story," and the way they do it is pretty cool. But yeah. Unfortunate, but like I said, I don't know. I've been a bit disappointed with anime over the last, especially this anime season. A few animes have been I've kind of been like, whatever. But oh well. I know SSS Gridman is happening. JoJo's coming back next month.
Part 4 next month.
Next month,
really?
Yeah. Next month, part 5 starts.
Part 5, yeah,
part
that's
5.
the one. Oh my god, that's
so incredible. And then Golden Kami is continuing as well. So. That's hopefully where it's going to be at. That's not to say all the animes that have come out in this season are bad. Just a few of them where I'm just like, I don't care. Anyway, moving on to something that I think we can kind of care about, and as unfortunately a few people did pass away over the course of a while. And the first being Burt Reynolds, the Hollywood legend he is. I'd imagine a lot of younger people don't actually know who this guy is. I kind of only really know him from Boogie Nights of all the films, but he's mostly well known from Deliverance and Smokey and the Bandits, which I think is his most famous film, and a very famous film. Real shame to have like such a legend like pass away. He was 82. He was an old man.
That's a
but
good
like,
age. That's a good age.
He was a good age, and I think he was a pretty cool guy. He was a guy, if you look back in his films, like definitely that kind of character, that cool guy, He kind of rode that cool line throughout all of his life, I think, which is great. So it's a shame to have him pass away as well. The bigger surprise, Mac Miller passed away age 26. This was I'm surprised this isn't like bigger news.
Really? I think it was.
I didn't find out. My sister told me about this, and I was shocked.
Really? I mean, he's a rapper. They usually.
Well, not at this age.
Be honest, I think younger. They don't really have a good lifespan, because they like that sort of.
Well, some do, and some don't.
Well, the old school rappers, a lot of them.
Well, some of the old school rappers are still around today.
Yeah, that's what I mean. A lot of the old ones, but these new ones, weak.
Oh,
they're all about that They're all about that soft, like they're really quite soft.
Yeah,
but they're into that hard.
Yeah, it goes to show how commercial and how image based they are. I guess I don't consider Mac Miller to be one of those guys. I think he was one that had a bit of potential, and I think he never really realized it, unfortunately. And I mean, even he just dropped his now last album, which I didn't think was very great, which is a bit of a shame. But
it's a bit crazy. Have you seen these this YouTube channel, this YouTube episode where some guy, he's like, I contacted Mac Miller at 3 a.m. in the morning, his spirit. It's so dumb.
That's very disrespectful.
And you got this guy, he's just he's put he's got a framed picture of Mac Miller on a desk, really dark. It's like 3 a.m. It's got the clock in the background, you know. Probably wound it up and it's probably like 6 p.m. or something.
Jeez.
You know what some people are like.
Yeah.
But, and he's on his knees praying, and he's just like, oh my god, it's moving. And you can tell it's so fake.
It reminds me of all those people that was like let's quickly finish talking about Mac Miller, and I'll mention this kind of funny thing. He unfortunately died of like a drug overdose. Yeah. Which is kind of interesting given how he was so open about his drug addiction. Which I would say let that be a lesson to a lot of other people. If you are of the mind to be so open about a drug addiction, maybe you should consider getting a lot more help.
I think it was a cry for help, if anything. Yeah, some people just don't know.
Supposedly there was a cry for help, but unfortunately, help came far too late.
And apparently, it's linked with the breakup of Ariana Grande and him because they were dating. So
whoever knows, Ariana Grande is just not important.
No, but she is important in this aspect because, like, apparently they broke up, and that's why he did a lot of drugs recently.
But even still, she's not important. She has no real impact.
No, I get what you mean. I don't like her at all. I don't think she's really interesting or anything cool. Not even that attractive.
She and all her fans just need to get over it.
Yeah.
She's nothing special.
Yeah, but this is about Mac Miller, though. But
this is about Mac Miller, and it is very unfortunate that he has passed away so young as well. We had Avicii who passed away super young as well. Like
Avicii, yeah. Two idiots who take drugs. You can't.
Well, I don't know about Avicii.
No, Avicii did. Suicide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it. I know. Actually, no. I don't know. I think Avicii died of. Yeah, he killed himself rather than just overdosing.
Supposedly or something like that.
I don't know.
We're not sure.
Maybe I'm talking out
maybe we shouldn't really delve upon that dark moment in people's lives,
and
we should rather think about the greatness of these people.
I don't know if I could call him greatness though, but I don't.
People liked him, so
I mean, it's influential, yeah.
People liked him, and he was a nice guy. Unlike some other people who recently passed away, who were nasty people, Mac Miller will be remembered, and you know who I'm talking about, and we're not going to mention that guy. But yeah, what you're saying about that really disrespectful guy reminds me of those people. There was a weird trend where people were kind of doing this weird thing where they were calling up like Rockstar and then they would have on the thumbnail, I called Rockstar and they confirmed GTA 6. Kind of reminds me of that kind of stuff, and they just got faces of people going, "Whoa!"
Oh yeah, they got those shocked looks.
GTA 6
colours.
confirmed.
Wow.
What happens if I put? I know someone like tried to. I'm not even going to get into it because that's another downhill. Speaking of things ending as well, I believe you have the next thing we're going to talk about as well that happened during the fortnight as well.
Yes, I did. And as we said, I believe a year ago, we talked about this. Adventure Time has officially ended with this 45-minute special, The Land of Ooh. Something like that. I'm not sure about the pronunciation, but that's probably correct.
Yeah, it's just Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, because it's 3 O's.
Yeah, 3 O's after another. And I haven't seen it.
Neither have I.
Because it hasn't aired over here. But apparently it's apparently from the reviews I've been hearing, because I watched a few YouTube videos about the episode. Apparently it's very good, very satisfactory ending, really interesting.
Yeah,
I mean, I'd expect nothing less, to be fair, because it's a very cool show.
I guess, I mean, Adventure Time was always like a formerly popular show which really re-established the creative, weird, like modern cartoon. And I guess over time, with all these like overarching stories and backstories to explain things that didn't really need to be explained, and the fact that the stories kind of went nowhere, I think people got a bit frustrated and kind of went,
yeah, what? It did go in a bit of limbo.
It kind of lost that spark, and it kind of just didn't know what to do, because it got very frustrating where it's like you're dealing with like villains, and then it's like, this guy, he's terrible, and the next episode is like Finn and Jake are dealing with the bubblegum princess, and she has a party, and I'm like,
that's what I didn't like.
But what about the Lynch King? Don't worry about him.
Yeah,
we'll come back to him in 3 seasons.
I preferred it when it had actual storyline. If they had like 5 episodes per season and it was just a proper thought out storyline, I'd greatly prefer that over.
That could have worked.
I think it would have definitely suited it.
It could have worked because some of the ideas they present with backstories and stuff is interesting, especially regarding like the Ice King and Marcelina. That stuff is
very good,
very
stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it kind of just lost it. And I mean, on the upside, hopefully someone's gonna like make an episode guide of all like the best episodes and the order and all that kind of stuff. So I don't have to waste my time on getting disappointed, I guess.
Yeah.
But it is sad that it's gone because it feels like a very important cartoon has ended, which is a bit of a shame. But things have to come to an end.
I feel it was already about time it ended. It dragged on a bit.
Given what it tried to do, yes.
Yeah.
If it had run for 4 seasons, just being this fun story that had some explanation, like explaining the Ice King, and didn't go into the stupid overarching is a post-apocalyptic world, here's the war that happened before it kind of stuff. If it's kept at that 4 season and just remained a fun show and kind of said, hey, guess what, these things happened, but these are the characters now, I think we would have been going, what a great show. You know what I mean?
So yeah, it would have been a triumphant
it's kind of like The Simpsons. We can't really say it's a great show because there is so much crap over the years now.
Yeah, it's just built up.
If the series ended at season 10, we'd be going, still one of the best. Still one of the best cartoons ever made.
Exactly.
But we can't.
We can't anymore because now it's just like...
We can say that about Gravity Falls because Gravity Falls is fantastic.
And it knew.
2 seasons, perfectly paced, great ending, just done.
It knew.
In the bag. That's why it's regarded as one of the best in modern day times.
Exactly.
But it's a shame. I mean, we've lost Regular Show, Adventure Time... Trying to think of another one we recently lost, but I know Cartoon Network's really trying to push some of its newer cartoons, rightfully so. But
I'm happy about that. Yeah.
But unfortunately, the kids just they want the Teen Titans Go.
Oh yeah! Oh god, Teen Titans.
And they're too busy pushing. Well, they're going to be pushing the Ben 10 reboot.
Hope I don't see more Marvel nonsense as well.
Well, I think that's why they brought Ben 10 back.
Oh God's sake!
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Ben 10 cross Marvel episode.
Ex-Spider-Man. Whoa. That would actually make sense though. Out of everyone in Marvel, Spider-Man
Ben 10 meets Spider-Man.
That kind of works a bit.
Yeah. I mean, actually it wouldn't, Disney.
Really? Oh, typical.
It wouldn't. But
they own everything, I forgot.
I know they did a Ben 10 meets Generator Rex.
Generator Rex, I don't know who that is.
How do you not know about Generator Rex, man? It's one of the greatest cartoons ever made.
I'm not too up to date with the lore of
the lore of Ben 10
of the cartoon.
Come on, man! The new film's coming out. Catch up.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't know. Dude, you got to see that live action Ben 10 film.
Wait, there actually is a live. Oh my god.
Anyway, moving on.
Anyway, I think I'm going to watch that.
Speaking of films, we're going to kind of come back to a topic we talked about a few podcasts ago, and that was the fact that the Academy Awards were planning to unveil a new category within the Oscar scene, given the very low viewership and the fact that the Oscars have become extremely outdated because, hey, people don't really want to watch a bunch of greedy producers pat themselves on the back and basically go, this film made more money. We're like, oh, that's rubbish.
Yeah.
They wanted to introduce a popular film category, which would basically be a film that wins an award just on the sheer fact that it's popular with audiences. To which I think me and Ace kind of credited that as the Disney Wants a Free Award.
It's definitely not rigged at all.
And also given that Disney, who does own ABC, the people who do air the Academy Award were the ones who suggested that category, also by saying, you guys are outdated, which is true.
Well, yeah.
So I'll give them that. But basically what has happened, to summarize it, it's been postponed. It's not going to be happening 2019. Which is good because it's a terrible idea because it was just cooked up, like we already said, by Disney and high Hollywood producers.
Yeah.
Just to kind of celebrate themselves and basically call it a let's reward mediocre trends and blockbusters because
get more control
and all that rubbish. And a funny note, the reason I linked this article in the description, a download link, is not because I think it's a very well written one. I think for whatever reason this article suggests that Black Panther should be considered for Best Picture, which I think is absolutely ridiculous given that film is not good.
No.
And it's just because black people.
Well, yeah. Black people and popular.
Should Crazy Rich Asians be nominated for Best Picture because the whole cast is Asian?
I don't like the name. It's so dumb. Crazy Rich Asians.
Well, because that's what the film's about.
Oh my god. Why not call it Crazy Rich?
That's a
so
film,
annoying.
and then it would also contradict with the film and character Richie Rich.
But it's like saying crazy.
Could you imagine if they made a film crazy rich white guy?
Oh.
I'm sure that would go down well with audiences.
I would want to see
just a white guy who's very rich going.
He's got a little a jumper crossed over his shoulder.
Yeah,
over his neck, crossed over.
Yeah.
In a white outfit.
It would be like a reverse Coming to America, basically. If anyone's seen Coming to America with Eddie Murphy, fantastic film. It'd be really like that, where just this upper class, like almost made in Chelsea guy is going to like Brooklyn, and he's like, "Yo, mate, can you tell me where or something like that?" And they're just looking at him like, "We about to jump this fool."
Yo, this guy's serious, bro.
I find it ridiculous that people are saying it deserves Best Picture. It does not. And
it's breaking new grounds, Ruben, isn't it?
It's not breaking new grounds.
Wow.
It's not. It's not as if it's the first casted black people film, Moonlight, which is great.
That is a beautiful
and tackles
movie.
Issues.
That does. Yeah.
Unlike Black Panther, which just becomes CGI bullshit towards the end.
Basically, Black Panther is just a way to, I don't know.
Ironically, I think
push an agenda.
It's vanilla black culture.
Yeah. No. True. Yeah.
And it's not a great film.
And rather than trying to build up people, I don't know. It's very hard to explain. It's annoying.
It's a difficult conundrum
because in Black Panther they're undermining a lot of other cultures as well, saying that they're the better ones.
That's the one thing I've never
thing.
liked about Black Panther is the fact that he's all been for like he's come across as quite selfish to the point where he's just like, I only care about my people, fuck the rest of the world.
It's so weird.
Granted, not as much in this film, but at the same time, there's contradictions in the film. Like, I don't understand a civilization that is more advanced than us.
Yeah.
But yet there's farmers just standing around watching their cattle.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
They wouldn't do that.
No.
Yes, things like that do happen in our world, but you would have something that does that.
Yeah.
I don't understand how their council was basically people standing up on rocks. I understand you want to bring the tribal influence of like African and other cultures, but that doesn't work.
No,
because at any moment someone can just send off a rocket because we've established you have that in your world. We have technology that can't be destroyed. No. And stuff, so I don't understand why we're doing tribal fights.
And what I don't like is that they hide their culture and hide their super big metropolis.
Yeah, no wonder.
And they're not helping anyone else. You know what I mean?
No wonder Gollum stole it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Andy Serkis.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, and the one thing I wanted to link this to is the fact that they try to say as if Black Panther is being treated like a second-class citizen, which I thought was an absolutely ridiculous statement to make.
He's a billionaire.
I'm talking about the film itself. They're saying films like Black Panther or Black Panther 2 if it doesn't get the Best Picture nomination, are they treating it like a second-class citizen? Which I thought was ridiculous because wait a minute, that's very close-minded thinking. Because what about independent films? Yeah. What about the Asian market? What about the British institution? What are they treated? Are they 8th-class citizens?
Yeah, exactly.
What are they?
It doesn't make sense.
I'm going to be very disappointed if Black Panther gets the nomination for Best Picture because it does not deserve that. Because as much as you people want to talk about, as much as it is great that we are getting more films like this, we need to get good films. We need less Black Panther. We need more Moonlight.
Yeah, exactly.
So we need more. Yeah, we literally need more. Get Out.
Yeah, Get Out.
As opposed to
Get in. sorry. Dumb joke. It doesn't even make sense.
But you get what I mean. I
completely agree.
I am completely against Black Panther, and I know some people are going to cry, oh, he's just a white racist. I'm black, motherfuckers. So, yeah.
You showed them there. You showed them.
I showed them, but I really did show them. Black Panther, if you like the film, that's great, but it's nothing... It's nothing... It doesn't deserve that kind of credit.
It's a popcorn movie. That's fine.
We're going to forget about it in 5 years' time, because the next film that boasts about how it has a black cast is going to be around.
Exactly.
It's a shame.
There's Black Lightning's a good movie. That's like never mind. I'm going off on one.
No worries.
Yeah.
There are much better films than Black Panther, and there are much better films with black cast, and there are much better superhero films.
Yeah.
If Black Panther gets the nomination for Best Picture, then why is Infinity War there then?
Yeah.
That should be there, shouldn't it?
Technically, it should be. No.
Because that's just as good, apparently.
Yeah, no. If anything, they're equal.
People need to get their priorities straight. You can't be screaming that you want justice here and then tell other people to fuck off there. You can't do that, I'm afraid. That's not how the world works. You literally cannot have your cake and eat it.
It is in America, apparently. Sadly.
Well, America
it's going to change.
America can piss off, to be honest.
Yeah.
Next story, which I think you're going to cover, which is absolutely fantastic.
It's wonderful. Finally, India is getting rid of this old age colonial law, and which prevents gay people from having sex.
Mm-hmm.
So now there's a legislation being passed which allows homosexuals, which is a proper term, to engage in sexual activity, which is very good.
Basically, gay sex is legalized, which is fantastic. Yeah. I'm glad this is finally happening.
It's good.
It's way overdue, and I'm glad that India made the absolutely right choice in getting up with the times. Yeah. Took a while. I mean, first we had Saudi Arabia making so that women could drive.
That was a big shock.
Once again, I mean, Saudi Arabia still has a lot more things to change big time. I mean, if you look at how they did the fashion show, where they had like the dresses on drones because women aren't allowed to wear dresses or some weird...
That's proper joke. That's like a cartoon moment.
Like, I'm pretty sure someone in their politics probably saw that and went, we need to change some things.
I think it needs to change.
But that's good. But now we have this, which I'm really happy. Hopefully gay marriage is next in that country.
Yeah.
We need more gay marriage everywhere.
Simply put. It's a step in the right direction. I mean, like, it's going to take a few generations for the mindset of everyone to change. Because once those old people are we've got their own little fixed mindsets that cannot be changed, die off. New generation, obviously, they're more enlightened and more accepting of a lot of different things because they want to move forward. And
exactly, we have to move forward.
We have to, forget it, Oh well, want to have gay sex, all good.
Yeah, especially it's great. The only funny thing I wanted to mention was America's looking a bit outdated now.
Yeah, aren't they? Yeah.
If India can if India's catching up to things that every country should be allowing, then starting to look a bit homophobic there. Anyway, let's move on to our news topics. And the first trailer we have is one that I'm kind of looking forward to, and that is going to be American Vandals Season 2. American Vandals is a very interesting series where it's basically how do I put this?
It's a mockumentary.
It is a mockumentary that basically kind of parodies shows like true crime and Making a Murder, and kind of takes that style and this weird obsession that people have with following serial killers and murders and going behind and court cases and all that stuff. And basically this series is about investigators investigating I kind of put it a serial contaminator who's calling themselves the Turd Burglar, who is essentially putting laxatives in the cafeteria food and basically causing everyone to release their bowels, to be put nicely. And it's basically an investigation trying to figure out who this serial contaminator is. Yes, this is a real thing, but it's not a real show. But at the same time, I think the series is able to kind of blur the lines to the point where it kind of feels real. Like it feels
real because the trailer, first of all, it's the music and everything. It brings you in.
It is, and I think also you can just imagine that this could have been based on something like this could have happened, and you can imagine it's based on one of those cases that like the police or the CSI have to investigate.
Yeah.
But they don't like make it public.
No, they don't.
Like you can it kind of has that feel as if it was like, you know, some guy at the CSI going, "Oh God, we have to investigate who's putting laxatives in the food," or much like season 2, it's like we need to get in a police squad to investigate why some kid is drawing a depiction of a penis on cars, which was the plot of season 1, which was hilarious.
That was a great one.
Very underrated series. I'm so glad it's getting a second season. I have no idea how these people are delivering these lines with a straight face.
I know, it's so impressive.
Yeah, I mean, they must just have burst into laughter and must have just a blast filming this series.
You could tell, like, behind the scenes is chocker filmed with, like...
Oh, yeah.
Chocker packed with so much laughter.
Oh, I can imagine.
So much mess-ups, bloopers, in it.
Oh,
it
yeah.
must be hours long.
I can imagine so many takes. I can imagine just, like, even just the line where the guy's just going... He's like, what if the... He's like, what if the motive is just poop is funny, you know? And the fact that line is delivered with such seriousness is just great.
Beautiful.
Oh man, it kind of reminds me of the South Park episode with the brown note.
It
kind of reminds me of an extended
series
of that, which I think is pretty funny. Anything else you want to add to this trailer?
I think you've just explained it well enough.
Oh,
there's nothing more we can say.
Oh man, I think American Vandal is such an underrated series.
It really is,
especially the first season. Definitely go watch the first season and catch up. My gosh, I believe you have the next trailer, which we're going to cover as well. Which
The Beach Bum, which stars Matthew McConaughey and Snoop Dogg, my boy. I said Snoop Dogg. Yeah, Snoop Dogg, my boy.
Snoop Dogg, my boy.
Zac Efron and a lot of other different interesting cast members.
Interesting cast.
But the main character is a man who is played by Matthew McConaughey, and it just follows the life of a bum. Really?
Sea dog, I think that's what
sea dog.
I think that's what he's called, a space dog or something like that.
Something stupid.
Yeah,
it looks interesting. I mean, I don't think it's anything special.
It looks like it's going to be like a flashy, hipstery, like character study. And Matthew McConaughey is like perfect for like these kinds of characters.
He really does get into that role as a bum.
Big time.
He just sounds like it, looks like it. Everything about him is bum-like in that movie.
Yeah, to the point where it almost kind of feels like they've kind of just found this guy.
Yeah.
And they were just like, let's make a film about this guy.
It feels anything. It feels like a documentary. Especially when you see Snoop Dogg, you're thinking, wait, what? Because you don't think of him as an actor, but
no, he can. He can.
He can. He's done a few movies himself. But...
And I mean, and his character, Matthew McConaughey's character, kind of reminds me a lot of like the dude from The Big Lebowski. A little bit as well.
Yeah. It has
kind of feels
vibes.
like a more like relaxed, drugged out version of him.
Yeah.
Which I think is kind of like a nice idea to kind of, if that is inspiration. But this is an interesting one. It could be one to watch. It could be like a secret gem. You never know.
It could be, yeah. It's got nice. It's got all right vibes. Yeah, I personally don't think it's going to be anything special, but I think it looks good.
It's got something. I would say I will give it that. But I think it's worth a mention, worth knowing about. I think at least.
Yeah,
it looks like a smaller film, so throw that out there. You also have the next film as well.
Also have the next one, just called At Eternity's Gate, starring William Dafoe. Yeah, Eternity's Gate, yeah. I was right about that.
Yeah, At Eternity's Gate.
Oh, yeah, he did the ooh, and I thought, oh, hang on a second.
No,
I had to double check.
I was just reacting.
Yeah, emphasising, yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, as I said, it stars William Dafoe as Vincent van Gogh, as you say in Dutch, which is a little bit of trivia for Vincent van Gogh. Well, you got to do a hard G, and it's beautifully filmed.
Oh yes!
Oh my god, it's incredibly filmed. Jesus,
it's a very pretty film.
It really is,
and I mean, and it kind of also reminds me of like Van Gogh's like work as well.
Yeah,
in the use of like some of the color being very bold and very simple. And I also, one of the shots I liked was like this. I'm guessing it's like almost like a POV. Yeah. There's a few shots where you see like almost like this like fisheye lens, and it's kind of like clouded around. And it kind of looks like his vision.
I actually thought it was a new Evil Dead movie coming. Oh god, it's the new Evil Dead. It gave me that vibes. He's a perfect cast member for that.
Maybe, yeah.
But yeah, it was fantastic.
It looks really good, and it definitely looks like it's going to be like a very like sad and maybe powerful. It looks a bit Oscar bait.
It's Oscar bait, definitely, but in a good way.
I don't think that's its intention.
No.
I don't think it was made for, I'm looking for an Oscar. I think it looks like it's one of those films that could.
Yeah.
I mean, no one might see it.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
It seems like one of those movies that fall under the radar but get really good reviews, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it gets 100%
It could
in a lot
be.
of aspects.
It could be. I mean, and we got a great cast as well. Mads Mikkelsen, Oscar Isaac, obviously Willem Dafoe, as you mentioned, as Van Gogh, and he looks exactly like Van Gogh somehow.
He does have a good look, but he doesn't get the Dutch accent quite right, which is a bit... It kind of brought me out of surrealism.
But then not a lot of people have it as well.
I know, but like the Dutch accent is really hard, fair enough. It's somewhere between that hard German accent and English and American English. So it's fair enough. Very difficult to do.
Gonna let that one slide, I guess.
I mean, I'll let it slide, yeah, but it kind of brought me out. It just brought me out a little bit of the believability. Because I was quite immersed in it when you see how well it's directed, to beautiful scenery. And then just when I heard him, it was like, oh my God, can't do that. Yeah.
No, it doesn't sound like that.
I was doing Seth MacFarlane voice or something there. I don't know. But yeah, it's definitely one to watch, I think.
Yeah, definitely want to look out. I just wanted to mention that as well. And the last drill I have is for a TV series, which I did not actually know it was actually giving a TV series, seeing as I'm a big fan of like the original comics done by Luke Pearson, who is a British illustrator and comic book artist. So more representation for like British artists and all that, which is really great. Didn't know it was becoming a cartoon, but I'm really glad that they are making it, because I think the comics itself kind of lend themselves well to animated series. I haven't even mentioned what it is. It's Hilda. They're doing a television series of Hilda based on the comics, like I already just stated, and boy, am I going to be watching this series in my pajamas with a glass of milk and some cookies ready for bed.
Exactly.
That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this series. Yeah. The series is wonderful. I'm glad that they kept like the very interesting color palette from the original comics, because that's basically what the comics looks like. It's represented.
I checked out the comic and it's got that color scheme.
And it looks like it's going to be a really interesting kind of like slice of life, fun, like adventure meeting colorful characters and stuff like that. Very autumny vibe, and I'm really looking forward to it. Obviously, there isn't too much for me to say because I've read a lot of comics, and I think it is a bit of an adaptation of that, which I'm kind of hoping if they do a second season, maybe they'll do more original stories based on comics that maybe haven't come out of the character. But I'm really liking it. I'm really looking forward to it. It's one more thing to kind of just sneak in before the end of the year. Netflix, although they haven't had a great year, they have been buying out a lot of good stuff, which is nice.
They've been redeeming themselves with the list they got coming. It looks really good.
With some of the stuff, they've had a few mishaps with some pretty bad films this year.
Oh, yeah, no. They do that every year. They mess up.
But their problem is they seem to favour quantity over quality.
Yeah.
You know, which is a big shame, because I'd rather have a platform that puts quality over.
And that used to be that niche thing. What made them popular? They used to go for quality. You always used to know if you're watching a Netflix original, you're gonna.
I always use Netflix original with like the rabbit ears, because they don't own a damn thing.
Really? Oh.
No, I did some double checking.
They just have the license.
They just buy things.
Oh, I see.
Much like everyone else, they don't fund anything.
Oh wow, they just buy it out and that's it.
Yeah.
And produce it.
Not that sometimes. No.
Oh.
I think there are partner producings, but a lot of things they just buy them.
Oh wow! I didn't even realise that. Shame.
Yeah, real original.
That's quite strange, isn't it?
Yeah. So when I do see the Netflix original, I am kind of pissed off, especially with like Black Mirror. The new series of Black Mirror.
Oh yeah, no.
That's on Amazon as well.
I know that. Yeah, no, that's a bit weird.
Yeah, I was like, I thought this is exclusive. I guess it's not. No. Anyway, the new series of Black Mirror is not as great, I think.
No, I've watched it.
But that's another video for
almost
as if American writers ruined the series. But
Charlie Brooker.
No, Charlie Brooker's kind of still there.
No. I mean, like, just make him have a.
Just give it back to him. Yeah. Or watch Electric Dreams. Just watch Electric Dreams.
Just watch Electric Dreams.
Netflix, stop stealing Channel 4 licensed shows, for goodness sake.
They really like that.
Jeez, why don't you buy the Crystal Maze?
Exactly.
Or the Great British Bake Off.
Yeah.
As soon as that's what you're after.
Buy Richard Ayoade. Actually, I'd like Travel Man on there. I'd like Travel Man.
No, because they changed the editing.
Oh.
That's Channel 4 editing.
Oh, that's Channel 4, definitely.
They'd make it. They wouldn't even have Richard Ayoade. They would get someone else.
John Bishop. I don't know.
I like John Bishop. But,
I like John Bishop as well. I don't know.
No,
who would they get? It would be a different. It would be.
See, I'm thinking they would pick someone stupid.
Yeah, let me think.
Who's really stupid but popular?
Oh. I don't feel there's enough
Probably
time.
get like Jimmy Kimmel or someone like that.
Jimmy Kimmel
does Trouble Man.
Oh my god, that would be so annoying, wouldn't it?
And yeah, that would be annoying.
Jimmy Fallon, he's on a bus, he's just laughing. That's so funny.
Conan O'Brien would probably do a good Travel Man.
Conan O'Brien already has his travel series.
Yeah,
and he would be perfect.
Conan O'Brien would be great for that. Yeah. But anyway, enough planning for the future.
Yeah. Enough of our little enterprise.
Let's move on to our final section and talk about the Nintendo Direct, which debuted on the 13th of September, 2018. This was actually pushed back 1 week due to the unfortunate tornado that happened in Japan.
Oh, wow.
So we got it a little bit later, but that's fine. We finally got it now. And we're kind of going to go over some of the things before we end this podcast that we liked. Would you like to go first and talk about one thing which you were pretty...
if we're going to go one.
We can go back and forth, yeah.
Well, first thing on the list, and funnily, the first thing they revealed is Luigi's Mansion 3. And I've always been a big fan of Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah.
And this looks incredibly fun. They've added new features.
We only get a little bit.
But you only get a little bit. But I've noticed a few things.
Okay.
A few features.
Go ahead.
Like, that sounds really good.
What stuck to mind big time?
Just the whole way he interacts with a lot of different animals and ghosts, spirits. I'm just really excited for it.
Same here. I was happy to see them bring this up. One thing I thought was interesting as well was the promotional image.
Yeah.
If you look at it, where it says Luigi Mansion 3, it's a very tall building, and it's got a lot of it's almost like a mishmash of different buildings. And I'm not actually thinking mansion. I'm thinking hotel.
Ooh.
I'm thinking maybe the setting is a hotel this time.
Did it have an M? A few of the doors had an M, didn't they? That's a good thing. That's what point.
I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe haunted hotel this time.
Yeah.
And I can just see it now. Just you got a little bit of like survival horror. Got to go back, get the key. Got to go back to floor 7. Floor 9's locked, but the key was actually back here. A little bit more backtracking, because the second game was a little bit more. You went to different mansions,
different
which
areas.
I think was a great idea, but kind of keeping it in one place, like a really creepy mishmash. Also reminds you a little bit of the Winchester house as well.
Yeah.
They might have something like that where like. Just given the mishmash of different things, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking more hotel than mansion.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. That'll be good.
If it is, fantastic. I'm looking forward to that.
Same.
One thing I want to quickly mention, Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn is coming to 3DS. The original game on the Wii was such an underrated and cute and very relaxed game. I'm kind of glad it's coming to the 3DS. I'm definitely going to pick it up.
It's perfect for 3DS.
I think so as well. Really, really looking forward to it. Just wanted to mention that. Do you want to hit him off with another one?
Yeah, I'm going with Town, which is a working title.
Oh, yeah.
It looks so much fun.
We only got like a tiny bit
Just
of
a
this,
little bit,
but coming from Game Freak, I'm pretty interested. And the concept is
really cool.
Really interesting. Like, just like you
monsters suddenly appear.
And you got to use the power of townspeople. They didn't show that off, but it was interesting. No. But the design is very cute. It's very nice. It does have a unique look, which is nice. It reminds me a little bit of Dragon's Quest.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
but it reminds me of that.
It's a good thing.
Just need more of this, man. I'm kind of itching for more of this. This could be a big one. Most likely going to be a Switch game.
I hope so.
But at the same time, mentioning the Switch, nice to see that the 3DS is going to be around for yet another year.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, granted, a lot of re-releases, but still,
I think it's fun.
Just to go show the everlasting power of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, one other one I wanted to mention was Capcom Beat 'em Ups. Which is a really good idea, releasing some arcade classics and some unreleased games in one package for the first time, which is nice. Really good idea, and with online multiplayer as well, something that I think more of those old school hardcore gamers wanted, so I'm really happy with that. Just need more of these bundles, please.
Completely agree.
Big time. And I think only Capcom can do that, because Konami ain't going to do it. So Capcom, definitely.
No, never.
You want to hit him off with one other one?
Yeah, I was Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu Edition. I was quite skeptical before. Remember, I think about a year ago.
Yeah,
I was like, this sounds quite stupid.
Yeah, I don't think you talked about this on the podcast, but I definitely talked to you, and you were kind of like, eh.
Yeah. No, yeah, it was off podcast actually. Now I mentioned it was before recording, and looking at it now, it looks really good. I was surprised with the number of features, what you could do, the possibilities. They showed off quite a lot in the trailer, so I was very surprised by that as well and excited. And I think I might actually play it. Yeah, it's getting me hyped up a little bit.
I'm looking forward to it as well. I like the features, especially with either your Pikachu or your Eevee.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that I think it was quite weird that I think at one point the character is riding a
pony. What's it?
It's like that ostrich bird.
Oh no, that
it's riding something.
Yeah.
But yet you still have your Pikachu or Eevee on your head.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's pretty funny.
And I like how you can ruffle its hair.
Oh yeah, change its hairstyle, which is
that's
nice.
A really nice detail.
It is a nice touch. I also noticed a surfboard as well.
Surfboard, yeah.
It's quite nice. You have Pikachu on the front of it, you see some people have their dogs at the front of the surfboard.
Yeah, exactly.
It was quite funny, and there's one other thing I wanted to mention. And also the fact that your starter Pokemon, either the Pikachu or Eevee, kind of knows the special moves.
Yeah.
Which is nice. I think that's great. It will save you having to have so many other Pokemon to teach certain moves, and it kind of adds a little bit more of a connection and a bond with this starter Pokemon you're going to have.
That's a fair point.
Really nice touch. I'll drop off with one. Not really a game, but it's just a thing, and that's Nintendo Switch Online.
Oh, of course.
Which I think has a lot of people
hyped, and
finally. I think maybe upset as well at the same time. I think given the fact that it's an online service that costs money. Granted, they are giving you, I'm guessing, access to all their arcade games, which I guess makes sense why they've been taking down a lot of the emulators. I'm not really condoning that, but at the same time, that might be the reason why they've done it.
One thing I didn't understand: you buy the games. I think you buy them off the retro games. You buy them from the store, or can you just play them?
I was guessing that you can play them
because
you're paying for the service.
Exactly, yeah. That's what I was wondering, because if you had to pay for them,
they didn't really mention that. They kind of just said play any game. Okay. I'm guessing for the price of. I can't remember the prices because I'm not going to get this, but what is it, 6 months was maybe £10 or something like that. Something like that. I think that's an okay deal if you're into that.
Wait. So you have to pay in order to play them?
For the service.
For the service,
yes.
For the online
but for
service.
those games, I don't think so.
Okay, good. Because if that's not included, then that's a complete riff-off. Because I think online capability, the ability to text your friends...
Yeah, you should be able to play that. That should come with the package. If it doesn't, then yes, that is a scummy thing.
I'm just saying that's a necessity feature for every console.
Yeah,
you know
it should
what I mean?
be. Yeah.
So if they're not providing this library of games,
they better be. That's what I thought it was. I'd rather them still not charge money. I'd rather Nintendo not join the party and charge for online service, which I think is.
But if it includes that, then I completely understand.
It's a bit more of an incentive as opposed to Microsoft's Games with Gold. You get 3 games for free, which I'm like, don't care.
3 terrible games. Yeah.
Not always terrible, but
boring ones probably. Ones that they can afford to lose.
Yeah, I don't know. That practice kind of, I don't know. It kind of removes worth.
Yeah,
I think. But hey, if you don't have a lot of money, I guess it's great. Sorry, that made me sound really like some kind of pretentious rich kid, didn't it? I'm not
a rich kid of Instagram.
Yeah, I'm not made of money, guys. I only make 10,000 a month. I'm joking.
Oh, but
it's actually 20 now.
20. Let's double it. 40. I'll go in with Diablo 3 Eternal Collection. Now, I'm not saying that I'm hyped for it. I'm saying this is a dumb idea. I don't like this at all. And especially considering the fact that you get this Ganondorf, I think it's called this Ganondorf skin as well. That's completely dumb. Dude, the game's nearly 5 years old.
Dude, that skin passed it.
It's just, oh god, just leave it on PC. I don't think you're gonna. It's like bringing Skyrim to Switch. I don't think most people will play it. It's ridiculous.
Oh, people will play it. That's why they brought it to Switch.
I know people will play it, but it's just not needed at all. And I think it's completely.
Nintendo were just catching up at a really good pace and just building up that library, making it more and more, making the Switch more and more worth buying, because you've got all the oldish stuff that you've heard good things about on the consoles you didn't have, plus the Nintendo stuff, making the Switch that ultimate package, which I think is a good idea. Yes, there's a lot of reports and all that kind of stuff.
No, I get the reports,
but you don't have to buy them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? There is just about plenty enough, even if you don't buy them.
I think the issue with those games like Skyrim and a lot of Blizzard games is that they're meant to be played on a PC, in my opinion, because I feel they're built for it.
And that's an understandable point.
You see what I mean? And I feel buying it on a console is kind of redundant.
But at the same time, if you're a kid who's always wanted to get into that stuff and kind of like that stuff, you have the option there. And the fact that Nintendo are the only ones who are providing that option, I give them props for that. At least.
Yeah, I personally,
I don't see Microsoft and Sony caring about PC because they're too busy not making games and not naming their games correctly, because Microsoft and Sony, in my opinion, boring.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I understand what you mean.
Yeah, you get what
it
I
is
mean
a game
now,
that was made for PC users.
I feel it's like the majority will just play it on that anyway. But
anyway.
Fair
enough. I hit him off with one more, which is a very quick one, but I also have a funny joke to make about it. And so almost every Final Fantasy game is going to be on the Switch now. I think they detailed that 7, 9, and 10, 12 is going to be on there. There's like a few other ones that are going to be on there as well, which is fine. Every game except for Final Fantasy 8, because even Nintendo knows how bad that game is.
Even they know.
Even Nintendo is like, get that rubbish out my face.
Wow. Just know you messed up. Man.
Literally even every Nintendo. Game 1 to 7, skip 8, 9, 10, 12. I don't think that 14, weird chibi version of 14 is coming out there, which is cool.
Yeah. 15 wasn't it? No,
it's 14. It's 14. Like a miniature version of it. Final Fantasy World as well. The Crystal, blah blah blah, whatever it's called.
Blah. The Crystal, really?
The Crystal one, yeah.
What? They even bringing that, and they forgot number 8.
And they forgot 8.
That is
every game on Nintendo except for 8. I love it. I love it.
Proper. Wow.
It's so. I think that's so funny. Because they ain't said nothing about it, and like,
just no point. It's like everyone knows.
Everyone knows. It's like even that's why I made the analogy. Even Nintendo is like, nah. We'd rather remake that GBA game than put a report of 8 on there.
Yeah.
Like, jeez.
Wow.
Oh gosh.
That's just.
Anything else you want to talk about? Because I know we are missing one in particular. What, 2 technically?
I know. Do you want to? I know which
one. Do you want to drop it?
Okay. I'll let you cover that one, but because I know.
Okay, yeah, go on.
But the last one, I've got 2 others, but the last one I'd like to mention is Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It's another edition coming out for Switch.
Expansion pack, isn't it? Or something
like that? It's an expansion pack, which I'm a big fan of Xenoblade. Ever since I saw it come out, like the first one, it was quite an under the market release.
Well, that one came out on Wii U.
Yeah,
Wii U.
No, in Wii, just Wii, and it was like
Xenoblade Chronicles, the first one,
and that was like so long ago, in 2011 or something.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
And it was literally they only ported it to Europe and Japan.
Lucky.
Thankfully, yeah, and I was one of the few that picked it up because there was not many copies. They didn't have faith in it. I'm happy to see that now they're doing a lot with it. And then bringing out a lot more different things to do.
That's good to hear.
So yeah, I'll let you.
You might as well hit off your last one as well.
The last one as well is just the port of 6, Civilization 6, which
I skimmed that.
Yeah, just give it. I mean, fair enough.
I've never cared for the Civilization games.
Fair enough. The new one isn't even that great. 5 is definitely really good once you go into expansion packs. Okay. But I'll let you bring the baseball bat.
Super Smash Bros. Smash Ultimate. We did get a character reveal, and it was a rather unexpected but pleasurable one, and that is going to be Isabelle from Animal Crossing. I don't think anyone really saw this coming, and I think the trailer was adorable because she is one of the more fan favorite characters and the cutest things, and the fact that she's in Smash is really good in my opinion. She is the most. Oh my god, she is like the most adorable, cute thing ever. Just like, I'm gonna do it, and I think it's such a good addition. Definitely a very left field addition, and I'm really happy that she made it in. People have gone nuts drawing all the fan art and like drawing her with like hench huge man muscles, and she's like, yep, she does lift. This little yellow dog does lift. She can hold her weight in Smash, apparently.
Yeah.
And I'm really pleased.
I'm
really
to see it,
happy.
innit?
And also there's going to be another Animal Crossing game as well.
Yeah, Animal Crossing as well.
Animal Crossing for Switch, 2019.
I'm hyped for that.
I think everyone's hyped for that as well. The little trailer where they had Tom Nook just there on his
just
there on his computer, just like, oh, just going about my day. I think it was a really nice
really good.
visual, and I know people have made comparisons to that and Aggressive Retsuko or Agretzko, the animated series about the Red Panda character that also worked very chibi like anime series with the Red Panda. So people have made comparisons
Memes.
to that.
Little memes coming
Yeah,
out.
there's lots of memes. I'm really liking the love that Isabelle is getting, and I'm really happy that she's in there. We have less than 2 months until Super Smash Bros. Ultimate drops. Wow. I'm going to make the prediction there's going to be at least 5 more characters going in.
Probably. Yeah. Can you imagine a release? Oh my god. That's going to be insane.
Yeah.
Just trying to pick up a copy.
It's going to be... I'm probably going to pick up a copy.
I'll
just because.
I want to come with you.
Yeah.
Do it together.
Day one.
Day one.
Midnight release.
Day one. We'll stay.
We'll stay.
Bring that 10.
They see us on the TV. We've been waiting here 1 week. But why do you care about... Isabelle's in Smash!
Excuse me, have you seen the newest character? Please. I'm just gonna be dressed as Solid Snake.
And then you just cut back to like the news reporter was like, I have no idea what a Smash Bro is, but these fans are excited for them.
These nerds are excited.
Excuse me, sir, why are you looking forward to Smash? He's like, King K. Rool is the best. I mean Donkey Kong.
I'll just be talking as Solid Snake.
I already pre-ordered my GameCube controller. It's the best way to play. And you get that one hater who's like, no, it's all about Melee though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, interrupting the interview.
Yeah. No, guys, why are you hype about that new game? You should be playing Melee.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I only stick to original Nintendo.
Melee was the best game.
Melee was fucking sick.
Melee was great.
Great, but nah.
It is.
Have you played the first one, 64?
I think I might have.
It was, yeah. I remember playing. That was quite interesting.
It is quite interesting. It's interesting how far we've come.
It is, yeah.
It is very interesting. But yeah, anything else we'd like to add before we do the video of the episode, which
no,
is an interesting one. It is going to be from YouTube artist Hot Dad.
Yeah.
With Elon Musk. Cars in Space. Now, as we all know, this year Elon Musk has just been having a fantastic year.
He's been
he has been killing it. He's been doing so many positive things for the world.
Yeah.
He's really just shown himself to be such a great guy. He's
ascended to a legendary status.
And I mean, he's such a cool guy. I mean, I want to hang out with him too.
So like, do you know, in the oh my god, business side of the things, he's been just memeing. Because I remember there was on the board of directors, there was after he was 1 minute after he was caught smoking weed on the Joe Rogan show, I think it is. The people started to quit the business. Literally, they quit the board of the directors.
Jeez.
His stocks have been going up and down. And have you seen his tweets? He's been calling people paedophiles. And it's the funniest thing ever.
It's his new favourite word.
He's a meme. He's actually a meme.
I think
incredible.
With his intentions, I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to,
He's just having fun, I think. He's like enjoying life.
You have to remember, if your stock goes down, you probably should cut that out. But like,
not. I definitely think he won't.
We'll see. I mean,
he's literally taunting people. He's taunting his stock. Like, basically, bulls are when people buy into the stock, and bears are where you sell your stock. And basically, what he's been encouraging people to short a company, which means when you buy high and you borrow shares and you sell them at a low price to make a good profit. And he's been telling people just to do that. It's proper hilarious. He's a meme. I love him.
His year has been all over the place. Sometimes it's been good for him. Sometimes it's been bad for him.
It's been great for him.
To some extent, he's got a lot of flack for being a bit of an asshole because he is. But I mean, unfortunately, he can be because he has that power to do so.
You're always going to upset a few people, no matter who you are, even if you're the nicest person.
Well, there's some things I don't agree with him doing, like this whole calling people paedophiles when they're clearly not is just stupid.
That's the
I don't understand that
thing,
intention, and also him having some kind of power over Twitter where no one else can call themselves Elon Musk, or he can't be mentioned on Twitter without being banned. That's not on.
That's fucking jokes.
But yeah, Hot Dad provided a great video, great song as well.
Yeah.
I should really say as well, just kind of talking about Elon Musk and how he's going to put cars in space and how he's going to put 2 cars in space.
I was really surprised to hear about Hot Dad because I watched him about a year ago. He made he covered a song by Takashi Horumesi. He's like he's a city pop musician that's been around for decades. Who created the song Sportsman. And Hot Dad covered that, and it was really good.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's like a year ago.
Hot Dad is so underrated, and I'm glad he's
so
getting more
yeah.
attention because he really deserves it. He's a really creative and really
good. He's been
great
going at
guy.
it for years as well.
For going out for years, he's got a few hits there. He's got a few million views and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And this one's kind of picking up because I think it's such a great song, great kind of like 80s throwback vibe,
really
which is
is.
an interesting choice.
Well produced as well.
Yeah, well produced as well.
Visuals are fantastic.
Visuals are really good. He always has interesting visuals in his music videos, and we definitely I had to make this the video of the episode for this podcast,
and I was happy when I saw this as
good
well.
and
I praise you for that,
and that's what it's about. That's why we make these videos of the episodes,
exactly.
And on that note, anything else we want to add to the podcast before we wrap it up?
I would not like to add anything other than thank you for including Hot Dad.
No, you're welcome. You're
There you
welcome.
go.
And I would also like to thank Hot Dad for being Hot Dad.
Exactly.
Of course, as well. Please go subscribe to him because he is amazing and deserves more attention. The only thing I do want to mention really quick is the fact that Spider-Man PS4 2018 Marvel came out, which is its official title, because I'm not going to call it just Spider-Man because we already have 5 games called Spider-Man. Came out recently, and the internet was set ablaze at how good they think this mediocre game is, because it's not great, guys. If you're getting hype over generic stuff like this, boy, your mind is going to be blown when you actually play a good game. It's a very disappointing game.
It is.
There's no hype to it. They played it very safe on this game.
Very safe.
The character models look pretty bad in some of the cutscenes. The design of some of the enemies very lackluster and pretty poor. I've noticed Peter Parker really does recycle a lot of his lines.
He does, yeah. That's
big
quite
time,
weird.
Which is kind of the game is quite unfinished, unfortunately.
It is.
It's a big
They
world,
rushed
so it's
it.
understandable, so I'm not putting that as a negative towards them, but at the same time there are a few things that they really should have fixed. I think IGN just recently posted a video where they managed to take a screenshot within photo mode of people who sell the boats in the world, and they're really weirdly untextured and unmade. They look like people from System Shock.
Oh my god.
Yeah. They just didn't.
Jesus.
I guess they assumed no one would ever figure it out.
No one figured it out.
And also one other thing I really want to quickly say: people are raving about the fact that when you jump in the water you don't die. Yeah, Spider-Man 3 did that. So it's not a big deal.
Come on,
guys. It's
is
not a big
is
deal.
that like even if they didn't do it, is that like an incredible feature?
It's not a big deal. I mean,
No.
and I mean this game is already going to be plagued with DLC.
Yeah, you could tell.
And my biggest problem with this game is it's more concerned with the aesthetic of Spider-Man rather than the character himself. Like, it is so wrapped up in the look of him and his costumes and character and references, and they forgot to kind of be an interesting game. Because I think it gets boring after a while.
They're focusing more on Marvel's Spider-Man rather than the actual
Which is
character.
fine. And I kind of preferred Spider-Man just to be some guy with powers as opposed to this technological stuff, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't like the technological stuff as well. I really, it feels so alien to the view I had of Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Where I had this 2000, 2000 image, but now he's got like this fucking weird shit.
I don't think it translates well.
I don't like it.
Don't buy this
really
game,
alien.
especially if you want to play all the DLC.
No, exactly.
Because there's a ton to happen.
The only way I would recommend this game is if you just want to explore, just zip around, and even then I would say just buy the original Spider-Man game.
Yeah, buy Spider-Man 2 on
Spider-Man 2.
On PS2 so you can hear the pizza theme.
Oh, the pizza theme.
You ain't never topping the pizza delivery theme.
Hello? Is that a pun?
Yeah, you ain't never topping it. I think we need to end it on that note.
End it on that.
I was the Angry Raccoon.
And I was Ferret.
And we will see you on the next podcast.
Goodbye.